What's up, YouTube? It's your girl ChericeShana, and we're back with another video. So this video, if you guys don't know, if you're not reading the title, it's Love and Hip Hop Hollywood Season 5, Episode 8, entitled Sex, Lies, and a Videotape. Let's just go ahead and get right on into the video. So we start off back at the dinner table where we see Lyrica, Safari, A1, Brooke, and Marcus. Oh yeah, and Messy Ray J. So Princess is in the back. They don't want her around this confusion. So when Lyrica from the last episode was escorted back to the table with Brooke, Princess was not with them. She remained in the back. We resume where we left off with Lyrica screaming at Safari, asking, what was said? What was said? What did you say? Did you say that we slept together? Did you tell Ray that you and I slept together? And Safari grins and says he didn't say that. So Lyrica turns to Ray and says, did he tell you that we slept together? Did he tell you that we slept together, Ray? And Ray J says, well, he said that he sent you a dick pic. And she's like, you said that? A1 is just sitting there silent the whole time waiting. Like, he's just like, he's plotting, right? So Safari's like, and Brooke is like, and Marcus is like, their facial expressions crack me up. So Lyrica sits down. She's like, I want to hear this. I want to know what my body's undone. I need to know what's going on. And Safari tries to tell the story, but instead of telling the story, he's actually speaking in circles. So Ray basically asks, did you do it or did you not? And he's like, she's about to have a baby, and, we got to know whether A1's the father or Safari's the father. And at that point, Lyrica's like, Ray, I know you're not saying that right now, Ray. Like, I know you're not doing this right now. Safari then says, whatever you two got going on in your relationship, leave me out of it. He gets up to leave, and A1 goes, what you said? And decides to get up like a wild jaguar, cheetah, whatever animal, panther, and jumps on the table to try to get to Safari. And the security grabs up A1, and everybody's just taken aback. And Safari's like, you're about to attack me like a wild animal. And Lyrica's like, that's what you get for lying on your, that's what you get for lying on your. And Safari was like, I would never do that. And then he looks at Ray, he goes, Ray J's like, come on, bro, come on, to try to take him outside. And Safari goes, make sure you still give me an invite to the baby shower. I'm still your brother. I said, oh, Lord. Then we see Safari and Ray outside. Safari goes, A1 came out of nowhere trying to, and Ray cuts him off and says, about to beat you up. Safari said, no, he would have got his beat if he tried to do that. And Ray just looks at him and he's like, don't make me laugh, bruh. Then he goes, I just hope the baby don't look like you, and walks off. And he walks off to Safari like, so now we see Brooke coming after Lyrica. Lyrica's outside, she's pissed. Brooke goes up to her and basically asks her if she slept with Safari. She wants to know the truth. Lyrica's like, Brooke, I can't believe you asking me this right now. And she looks at Lyrica and says, I don't know Ray to be a liar. And she said, come on now, Brooke, you know I would not do anything like that. And she's like, so you didn't sleep with Safari. This is not Safari's baby. And as she's saying those things, Lyrica turns around and walks off and says, you know what, Brooke? I'm about to leave because I'm about to slap the hell out of you. So she walks back in to try to get to A1. Meanwhile, we see A1 and Marcus talking. A1's putting on his jacket. When he puts on his jacket, he tells Marcus that he's upset at Ray for being messy. Marcus says he doesn't believe that Ray is at fault and he should be getting upset at Ray. And A1 still feels that Ray is being completely messy by inviting Safari to a place where Safari was not invited to. And in walks Lyrica. Lyrica tells A1 not to let anything come between them. And then she states that she go ahead and take a lie detector test. And Brooke interrupts and says, yeah, it's only one question. And Lyrica's like, messy Brooke. And her remarks are like, what? She didn't say anything wrong. They are a hot mess together, honey. And so Lyrica says, well, do you want me to take the lie detector test or do you believe me? And A1 says, well, I don't believe in nothing like that. Like, we're good, we're straight. So she tries to kiss him and he pushes away and says he's pretty angry right now. And she says, baby, you don't have to be angry. And that was the end of that scene. So in the next scene, we're watching Paris. And Paris is at a venue, restaurant. She's somewhere that's not at her house. And she is looking at a video. And she's saying, dang, and I'm just like, what is she looking at? Tiara Marie's sex tape has just gone viral. So then they start showing the news reports about her sex tape being viral, being leaked, and it was leaked on her Instagram account. She says her Instagram was hacked, and at this point, Paris just cannot believe that this is happening. She was actually sitting there waiting for Miss Nikki Baby to come because she wanted to fill Miss Nikki Baby in on what happened when her and Tiara went to go see and confront Akbar and his harem of women. Nikki Baby comes in and she's telling Nikki Baby, did you see the video that leaked of Tiara Marie on Instagram? And Miss Nikki Baby's like, ugh, it's unfortunate. And Paris says that she feels like it's their fault. And she's like, why? What did we do? We didn't do anything wrong. And she's like, no, me and Tiara went to confront Akbar and his two women. And the next thing you know, right after that, the sex tape is leaked. And Miss Nikki Baby says, you can't blame you guys on any of this that went down with Akbar. And she basically says, she has her own stuff going on. She has a lot to lose. And she can't be caught up in no sex tape scandal because she has her business and her reputation to protect. Even though it's not her sex tape, she don't want to have no more smoke. She don't want no drama. Now we're on to the next scene where we see Alejandra and Akbar together. And they're both like, oh, this is so crazy. Pan over to the car full of holes. She busts the windows out that car. The producer comes out to speak to Akbar, and he's explaining that someone called him and said that a woman was knocking all of the windows out of the vehicle. He says that he knows that it must have been Tiara because she's upset about the sex tape being leaked. Tiara then walks up. They ask her if she busts the windows out the car, and she says, right, I did, after you put out that revenge porn against me. He calls Tiara Marie a liar, says that he didn't do it. Alejandra then asks Tiara Marie if she can prove that Akbar was the one who released the sex tape. She said absolutely, because he was the only person who had them. He then tells her, well, the sex tape was leaked on your Instagram page. And she tells him, you have my Instagram password. He says, you're lying again, Tiara. She said, are you saying that I leaked my own tape? And he's like, no, I'm not saying that you did it, but I'm saying I didn't do it. I'm not accusing you. So she said, why would I put out anything of me in that context? And he basically says that he forgives her for the damages to the car. And he asks if she still loves him. She says, not anymore. He says, well, in my eyes, you're still my woman. And she walks off. Mind you, Alejandra, his girlfriend, is standing right there. And all Alejandra could say is, this is crazy. It sure is. Now we see Candy rehearsing, and Moniece is there to lend her support. As Candy is rehearsing, Moniece says that she's a little bit distracted about the news that happened to Tiara Marie. She kind of feels really bad because her and Tiara Marie are not in a good space. They're not talking, and at this moment, they're not friends. After Candy is rehearsing, Candy starts to strip down, and then J. Will asks her what is wrong. She explains to J. Will this situation with Tierra Marie and how she can relate, because she had an appending sex tape that was going to leak out, but she was able to make sure that it did not. And she could understand what Tierra's going through right now, and she feels bad that she's not there with Tierra when Tierra's at need because they had a falling out. Jay Will says that at this time, she's going to need good people around her, people who really love her. Monique says that she loves Tierra Marie like a sister, and Jay Will says that she should go ahead and reach out to Tierra Marie, and she agrees. Jay Will is also conflicted. Jay Will is conflicted because he wants to audition for Pride as Jay Will and not as Candy. Candy is his alter ego. Candy is the person that says the things that he cannot say. And he's nervous because he loves the music that he made as Jay Will, and he wants to showcase himself in a different light than to hide behind the persona of Candy all of the time. Monique tells him that it's okay for him to be himself, and what he needs to do is go to that audition as Jay Will and shut all the naysayers up, and he totally agrees with that. Then we see A1 bringing Lyrica some tea. They have a small little discussion about people hating on them and them sticking together in their relationship. They agreed to not entertain any outsiders into their relationship so that they can move forward. And all is good in the hood, except for the fact that A1 wants to still check Ray because he believes that Ray is extra messy. When we come back, we see Tierra Marie in bed. Tierra Marie is waking up to alerts on her phone. When she sees the alert, she's pretty shocked because it shows that Akbar is now accusing her of leaking her own sex tape. The crazy thing about it was, that I didn't say before, was when they were all outside together going over everything, Tierra Marie showcased a text message from Akbar telling her that his phone was stolen with her sex tapes inside. She finds it funny that he did that because he said that right after she told him that she no longer wanted to be a part of him and his harem of women, aka sister wives. So now that he's accusing her of leaking her own sex tape after he told her that he believed her that she didn't do it, she decided to go ahead and speak to a lawyer, but not just any lawyer, famous lawyer Lisa Bloom. Lisa Bloom goes ahead and explains that revenge porn is taken extremely seriously in California, and it's pretty much the same thing like sexual assault. So she says that Tierra should hold a press conference explaining her side of the story, and the press conference is going to tell her narrative. She also agrees that at this time she's ready to go forward and sue Akbar because he cannot get away with what he's done to her. So now we see Brooke and Marcus at a pool party that they're throwing, and they invite Solo Lucci to catch up and fill him in on all that tea. You know Brooke loves some tea. So as soon as Solo Lucci sits down, she spills the beans that her and Marcus are getting married, and she shows off her ring. Solo Lucci is basically congratulating them, and Marcus just saying he's doing what he's supposed to do as a man. I agree, Marcus. I agree. Brooke basically tells Solo Lucci that Lyrica is pregnant. And Solo Lucci is shocked because the last time he spoke to A1, he was about to divorce Lyrica and he didn't even hear that she was pregnant. He didn't know what was going on. The crazy thing was, Brooke decided to reveal as well that not only is Lyrica pregnant, but the baby might not even be A1's. It actually might be Safari's baby. And Solo Lucci's like, what? Marcus is basically telling her to hush and mind her business, but you know Brooke don't want to listen. So Marcus basically tells Solo Lucci that A1 is upset at Ray, and Solo Lucci's like, he can't be upset with Ray, and Marcus is like, well, he's definitely upset with Ray, and you know, they not seeing eye to eye right now. Solo Lucci says that they should have a guys' night in which they can kind of settle their differences because those guys are friends and he doesn't want to see their relationship as friends break up. Speaking of all that mess that's going on with people, Brooke also then decides to talk about the whole Tierra Marie situation that showed up on Instagram, and Marcus tells her, shh, shh, shh. Stop talking about that. And she's like, shush me, no, because you had asked me if I knew how to do what she did in the video. And I said, oh God. She says that she wants to reach out to Tierra Marie just to talk to her, see what's going on, how she's holding up. And Marcus basically tells her, you don't need to say nothing. You need to mind your business. It's not your place, pretty much. So now we see Ray J and Rockstar, and they're meeting up to shoot some pool. Ray says that LA is a dirty place with the dirty people. And Rockstar totally agrees and says, yes, it's a dirty place with dirty people. So dirty that Tierra Marie had white residue all over her face. And he wants Ray J to give him her number so he can meet up with her. And Ray J just puts his glasses on and tries to change the subject. Rockstar asks Ray J what's new, and Ray says that Princess is pregnant and they're about to have a baby. Rockstar then reveals that he has a 2-year-old and asks Ray J what he's having. And Ray says that he's having a girl, which he's very excited about. Ray also talked about the fact that he's going through some stuff with A1 right now because A1 and Lyrica are supposed to be the homies. However, things have turned left. He then explains that he was talking to his really good homeboy Safari, and Safari alluded to the fact that he smashed Lyrica. And Rockstar was like, what? And then Rockstar, being extra messy, decides to tell Ray, oh, well, you know, she came to see me the other day and her breast was up on top of her chin and she was wearing this black leather number and she was talking to me and we were texting each other. And so he's showing Ray J some text messages between him and Lyrica. In the confessional, Ray J's like, and I seen the text messages that Lyrica and him was talking about. Oh, you know, have on your ring, don't tell A1. And basically Rockstar was trying to allude to the fact that he smashed Lyrica too. Ray J's just like, wow. So Ray J goes, you sure you didn't smash her? You could have forgot. And Rockstar just starts laughing, but he didn't confirm and he didn't deny either. So Ray J tells Rockstar at that time, well, Lyrica's pregnant. And Rockstar's like, oh my God, this is going to be like a Maury situation. And Ray J says, we just need to get all the guys together, do a swab so we can see who the father is. So now we're at the Pride auditions. At the Pride auditions, we have 3 judges. We have Mr. Ray, Jasmine Brand, and we have another judge in the middle. I don't remember his name off top, but if you guys remember his name, put it down in the comments below. So another woman is performing. I don't remember her name either. Her name blurred in and out and I didn't write it down. So she performed, they were smiling, and we see in the waiting area LaBrittany and J Will. J Will actually invited LaBrittany to audition. So she wasn't invited to audition herself. He told her about the auditions and she came because of his word. So they're talking and she says that she's nervous because she's excited to kind of audition and get her foot in the door. And she asks J Will where Candy is. And he says Candy's been doing the Pride events, but he wants to audition as himself. He wants to audition as J Will. And she says that she loves J Will and Candy, so she just hopes that whatever he goes and does, he kills it. So now it's LaBrittany's turn to perform. She goes in there extra high energy and they absolutely love her. We already know she's going to be performing at Pride. When it was time for J Will to perform, soon as he walked in, Mr. Ray was automatically, he basically looked at J Will like, in the confessional, he says that he was expecting Candy because he asked Candy to come and audition. So J Will starts to perform. It's very deep. It's very dark. He talks about Black rights and they're listening to him, but you can tell that they're not really feeling it. It seems like they wanted a more fun pop type of experience than something serious. So when he was done, they clapped for him. And Mr. Ray's first thing was, I mean, we love you, but where's Candy? And he basically tells Mr. Ray, I don't want to perform as Candy for Pride. There hasn't been a Pride that Candy hasn't done. and I want to be myself. And in the confessional, he says he's upset that a place where you're supposed to be yourself, they don't want you to be yourself. They want you to be a cartoon version. And so the judge in the middle then states that before he came in, another artist, LaBrittany, came in and she had high energy. And J-Will was not having that. He basically shaded the dude and was like, and who are you again? Sorry, I never heard of you. Yeah. You guys cannot afford candy. Candy is not in the budget. So if you want to see candy, you're going to have to wait till after Pride and go to one of Candy's events. And Mr. Ray also said that candy is what Pride goers love to see. They love to see the fun, the bubbly, the high energy personality. And when candy's on the flyer, the event goes. Everybody goes. Everybody loves candy. The supporters come. And I think that's what it mainly was about. They wanted people to come out and support, and they knew that people loved candy. So that's why they wanted candy. J Will is not guaranteed as a good time, but candy is. And in the confessional, Mr. Ray says they want to say yes and not yes. After J. Will gets upset and shades dude in the middle, he leaves. And we already know J. Will is not going to be performing at Pride. Tierra Marie and Paris meet up. She's been avoiding everybody. And she comes in to meet up with Paris because Paris has always been by her side. So Tierra says that she's doing a press conference and she wants to know if Paris is going to be there. Paris politely tells her, no. She tells us in the confessional that she does not do the law. And she also feels like she's been there for Tierra since day one, and Tierra has never left the issue, and the issue is Akbar. Tierra Marie then asks, where's Nicole, aka Miss Nikki Baby? She feels that Miss Nikki was there through all the drama and wanted to stir up controversy by looking into things that she had no business looking into. And now that the drama has hit the fan, Nikki is nowhere to be found. Paris basically says she don't know where Nikki's at and she can't speak for Nikki, but she can speak for her, and she don't believe that Akbar and Tierra is going to be a done deal. Tierra says, well, I'm not going back, and my real friends need to be there to support me at my press conference. And Paris is like, okay. She's like, there ain't no going back. And she's like, okay, I believe it when I see it, pretty much. And so now it's guys' night. And the guys are playing cards. It's Marcus, Solo Lucci, and Ray J. They are waiting for A1. Ray J asks where A1 is, and Marcus says at that time he doesn't think that A1 is going to come because it's getting pretty late into the night. However, as he's saying that, A1 walks in. A1 daps up everyone except Ray. Ray wants to know what the beef is all about. And A1 is just looking at him. And A1 basically believes that Ray J is being messy. So Ray is just like, you know, all of this that I'm doing is all for your benefit. I'm just trying to, you know, let you see what's going on. And Solo Lucci's basically like, yo, bro, we can't go behind the facts, bro. And the facts are, you know, they was sleeping with her. Facts are she cheated, bro. Pretty much. And A1 is just shaking his head. He's getting even more upset because he's already dealt with the situation with Lyrica. So he feels like everybody else is just talking smack. Ray J feels like he doesn't like the way A1 is looking at him. And there's nothing wrong with catching a brotherly fade. So they both get up at that time, and immediately security runs over to A1. Security goes around Ray J, but they're not touching him, but they all over A1. Ray J calmly takes off his jacket ever so slowly and puts it down. Ray J basically says, you know, I'm telling you everything that they saying about you that they not telling you directly. So A1 goes, and what is that? And Ray says, they all smashing your girl. A1 gets so mad, and he's like, Ray, you don't want to do this. And Ray goes, no, you don't want to do this. And A1 is like, you see, they holding me back, right? Ray says they holding you back because they don't want you to get hurt. A1 just gets so pissed off that he decides to leave. He doesn't want to talk to nobody. He just wants to be out of there. And so he exits stage left. And that was the end of episode 8 for season 5 of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, entitled Sex, Lies, and a Videotape. So stay tuned, you guys, for my update on the next episode of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. And I cannot wait to see you guys in the next video. So until next time, bye.